Welcome back to the future tenses in Romanian. Dear Romanian enthusiasts, here we are, day 17 of our journey through introducing Romanian to you. We have future tenses which are confusing, easy, but confusing in Romanian. Because they have a few different options to be used as, and with them comes also another kind of mood. We're gonna get to that in a second. So this is what we're gonna talk about today: future tenses, the few types we have, and the few types that can be subtypes of these main ones, and the resources, the materials, the places, and the way you should go about this. If you just started learning Romanian. Future tenses, day 17, week 3, halfway there through week 3 already. So, with future tenses, you should know this. There are 2 future tenses in Romanian, viitor 1, viitor 2. The first one is the one with voi, vei, va, and the infinitive, and the second one is the one with o, să, with a conjunctive, basically. Now, the one with o, să gets a lot of variation depending on the region, and that's it, mainly on the region. The o, să can change to am, oi. Sometimes I heard even aș, să. I don't know. There's a lot of variation. Am, să. Yeah. So a lot of variation with the, it's called, that's why actually it's called the popular, not popular. In English it's not popular, the common, I guess. No, the folk future tense, something like that. In Romanian it's popular because it's used by the people in their regions. And the literary one is the first one, which is the one with voi and the infinitive. If you're familiar with the one with o, să, you should not have any problem handling the other ones, as long as you're aware that they might say or, să, or stuff like that. Shout out to my friends in Crișana and Banat and all of them. So apart from the future tense, which is basically those 2, there's also this presumptive thing that in some regions is more used than others. I have not, for sure, I have not heard any presumptive in Bucharest so far. Presumptive is using a kind of semi-popular form, folk form, if you want, of the future tense with o, să, and it's something like or merge or fi mers, and the closest translation to that in English is something like might, and it's definitely, like, for example, my mom uses it a lot, and it's a way of describing future but in a different way. It's, as I said, it's very similar to might. We'll have a perfectly splendid masterclass about that very soon, mainly because the season, this is season 8 and this is season 9. As you can see, my very, very, very folky, popular kind of graphics here with a lot of lambs and sheep. Haha, I knew it. For future tense, especially because of its reference to the second future. So we have already the first 2, the future simple, and also inside this future simple masterclass we have the first 2, the viitor 1, viitor 2, and then we also have the future perfect, which is something you're not going to use that much, but it's also important to know. It's very similar to English, very, very similar to English, and you can find more actually. So these are, by the way, so the masterclass and a quick video to explain the future perfect. But also, if you go on the practical grammar collection on Patreon, under the boss tier. I think I said in the previous video that those are accessible through Pretenaș tier. Now I think it's through boss tier. So if you look here, you see the future tenses and their equivalents into Romanian. So you can access this on Patreon. And if you want to get a full detailed explanation from me, you have these 2 videos with more to come, specifically about the differences in the regions where you use Viitor Popular and where you use another, and also this presumptive, which is very well explained in Ramona Göncel's book here, Romanian and Essential Grammar, which is still on sale until the end of January. And if you go to the preview, you can see that she covers very, very thoroughly the under verbs here. It has a whole presumptive. I think I will cover it. That's the whole thing. You know, it's a mood, but I think I'll cover it under future the season 9, and I'll call it future and presumptive. It's kind of future, but it's not, and also something in between. When we get there, we'll use it. This is so basically one thing I would like to mention here: the future 2 popular and also the presumptive are basically very, as you probably have noticed already, very dependent on the region, and with them comes a lot of power in terms of colloquial Romanian. So if you want to speak the proper local dialect, or I'm gonna get a lot of comments on this, the local accent, if you want to speak a lot the local grai, you should get to learn the specifics of the future 2 and the presumptive. That being said, please let us know if you know any future whatsoever, if you know the second one, the Viitor Popular, and if so, is it the one with am, is it the one with o să, which one is it? Have you heard about presumptive? And tick the box under future tenses. We'll continue tomorrow with the only mood that I want to talk about a bit more in detail, rather than the others that are going to cover in a couple of days. Conjunctive. Interesting topic. That being said, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow here on the Romanian Academy channel. La revedere!